In this third video series on the QRS complex, I'm going to be talking about the method that we can assess for in a patient who presents with a left bundle branch block and symptoms that we believe are due to an acute coronary syndrome like a myocardial infarction. I'm going to be looking at the Smith-Modified Sgarbossa Criteria, which this has been around since the late 90s, and it has been modified to be more inclusive and to improve sensitivity in detecting a myocardial infarction. We're going to take a look at the three criteria that if you see any of these three in the setting of a patient who's presenting with symptoms that are suggestive of an MI and they are presenting with a left bundle branch block, then we would know to activate the code STEMI protocol. The first one is if there is concordant ST segment elevation of at least 1 millimeter, so that's one tiny square of elevation in any leads with a positive or upright QRS complex. So let's take a look at this ECG to describe the finding. So concordant ST segment elevation, you can see that the QRS complex is elevated. The ST segment is also elevated greater than 1 millimeter. So this is a positive finding. It meets the Sgarbossa criteria. The next is if there is concordant ST segment depression of at least 1 millimeter in V1 to V3. So let's take a look at this particular ECG, and you can see that we have a predominantly negative QRS complex, and we have the presence of ST segment depression greater than 1 millimeter. So this meets the criteria as well. The last criteria is there will be ST segment elevation of at least 1 millimeter and the amplitude of the ST segment elevation is at least 25% of the preceding S wave. So let's take a look at this ECG. We can see that we have a very deep QRS complex. We have a wide QRS complex, so this is a left bundle branch block. When we measure the height of the ST segment elevation, we can see that it is greater than 25% the depth of the S wave. So I hope you have found this to be helpful. Please like and subscribe. In my next videos on QRS complex and bundle branch blocks, I think I'm going to address a more advanced topic and address axis deviation, easy ways to determine, and we'll get into hemi blocks and bifascicular blocks. Thank you.